Well, that's a difficult question. I wouldn't say that's the rule necessarily, because like I was telling you, what determines how long, I mean, for how long are you going to have periods is the number of eggs that you have in your ovaries. So let's say you were born with, I don't know, 100. That means you're only going to have 100 cycles. Of course, the number is bigger than that. So I don't know. What determines that, if some women have more eggs than others, but I'm not really sure if actually it relates that way. It's a difficult question. I wouldn't say I wouldn't know the answer if that's really true. I would I wouldn't think so. I don't know.
It's something that I've always heard, that if you start your period as a young lady, it always ends older than you typically would. You know, someone who started later would normally end earlier. So I was just curious.
I mean, and you mean ended earlier?
If they start their period earlier, they end later in life. If they start their period later, they end earlier in life.
Well, I would actually, in my opinion, I would actually say it's the opposite. If you started earlier, you're gonna end it up earlier also, because you're gonna run out of those eggs faster. Of course, it might happen that the signal for you to have your first period is hormonal. And if you have, or throughout your life, you're experiencing that much hormonal input, then you might have certain cycles in which you're not actually ovulating. So that might prolong your cycles. Maybe you're having one that you ovulate, two that you don't, then you have one that you ovulate again. So that makes you extend those periods. But I would say actually the normal thing would be the opposite. If you start earlier, you will have menopause earlier.